What's something you did as a teen that still haunts you as an adult? When I, 29F, saw the wedding invitation, my first instinct was to throw it away. The return address, Zoe Miller, felt like a ghost reaching out from a past I've tried to forget. The last time I saw Zoe, she was leaving our house in tears. I was 16, and it was my fault. Back then, when Dad remarried, Zoe moved in, and suddenly, she was the center of attention. My grades were slipping, my friends barely called, but all Dad could talk about was how well-adjusted and mature Zoe was. I was cruel. One night, I stole my stepmom's expensive earrings, the ones she'd gotten for their anniversary, and planted them in Zoe's backpack. During dinner, I acted like I found them while pretending to borrow her chapstick. Dad's face went white, then red. He called her a thief and grounded her indefinitely, but that wasn't enough for me. The way she'd looked at me across the dinner table, confused, hurt, innocent, it should have stopped me. Instead, fueled something darker. In the hallway later, I cornered her, holding up diary pages I'd stolen where she wrote about liking girls. My hands were shaking, but my voice was steady. Say anything, and I'll show everyone. I still remember how her shoulders sagged, how she whispered, okay, like the word was breaking her. That night, Dad sent her back to her mom's. His marriage fell apart 6 months later, screaming matches about trust, about family, about things that were really about me, and Zoe vanished from my life. So when I saw her name on that invitation, I felt like I couldn't breathe. Why would she want me there? Curiosity won. At the wedding, I planned to stay in the back, unnoticed. Instead, the usher, a woman with kind eyes who looked exactly like Zoe, led me to the family table. My stomach churned. What was I doing there? The ceremony was beautiful. Zoe looked radiant in a simple white dress, holding hands with a woman who gazed at her like she hung the stars. I found myself crying during their vows, so I couldn't say why. During the reception, Zoe came over. She was smiling. I wasn't. Why did you invite me? I blurted out, my voice barely above a whisper. She hesitated, glancing back at her new wife who was laughing with friends. For years, I hated you. I'd lie awake thinking of things I should have said, ways I could have fought back. But the anger was poisoning me, not you. I needed to forgive you to move on. I wanted to apologize right then, but the words felt too small, too late. I ugly cried in the bathroom for 20 minutes, mascara streaking down my cheeks, while other guests probably wondered what was wrong with me. Later, I pulled out my phone and anonymously paid for their honeymoon, $3,000 I'd been saving for a vacation I didn't deserve. Even when they kept refusing, insisting it was too much, I made sure it went through. For months after, I couldn't stop thinking about that conversation. I started therapy. I wrote letters I never sent. I practiced apologies in my car on the way to work. Last week, Zoe called. We're adopting a daughter, she said. She's 7, loves dinosaurs, and needs people who will protect her. Would you be her godmother? I didn't deserve her kindness, but I said yes. I'll spend the rest of my life trying to earn this second chance.